This is a cheap adventure to Pristina in the disputed country of Kosovo. So this is the first time I've been to a disputed country. I entered Kosovo from North Macedonia, which then means I had to either fly out of Kosovo or go back into North Macedonia. I couldn't leave via Serbia, because Serbia would treat that as an illegal entry into their country. Because Serbia does not recognise Kosovo. They think it's part of their territory. Anyway, let's start this adventure off in the centre of Pristina. And I go along to the posh, luxury, 5-star hotel. Well, at least it calls itself 5 stars, because this is not like any 5-star hotel I've ever seen. So entering into the hotel, so far so good, along to the lifts, which were some epic old lifts but have been modernised by Otis. So I got to floor 8. And then when I get out onto floor 8, it is abandoned. Only a couple of floors in this hotel are actually in use.
Why is everywhere so dark?
Along to the service lifts. But all 3 service lifts are not working and seem to be abandoned.
Look. All broke. Oh no. Oh, for fuck's sake.
And a lot of the lights in the corridors have been left switched off.
What? It's creepy. Place.
And here is an abandoned toilet.
This weird place.
So let's now try another floor. Let's try floor 11. This floor is also abandoned.
All the lights are off. 0 to 9.
Let's try floor 9. And fucking hell! The place has been stripped back to a shell!
Fucking creepy.
So before I get out, let's just check out I can call the lift back.
Okay, it does work. Fucking hell.
So let's take a look around floor 9.
Why? Like this. Fucking creepy. Pigeon. Fucking creepy. What the fuck? What the fuck?
And it is creepy! And it does not seem 5-star.
And one lift's working.
This place is so strange. I'm actually wondering if this is some sort of art thing or something. Like, is this so bad? I'm starting to think, is this actually intentional? Is it like Karen's Diner? A place that's deliberately bad as part of the fun? I really don't know. Okay, let's now try a different floor. Let's try floor 6. Why the fuck are all of the lights green on this floor? And this floor is also abandoned.
Oh my days, this is so creepy. Why is it green? Why is the lights green? What the fuck? Can't go down in the dark.
Okay, let's try floor 5. So floor 5 is active. There's guests in the rooms of this floor, but it doesn't exactly look very 5-star.
People are staying on this floor because I heard people there. This floor's got guests in the rooms, and look at the state of it.
So let's now try the stairs. And look at the state of the handrails. What is wrong with this place? And on this part, there's even some creepy purple lights. And here is floor 10. This is trashed.
Something's not right.
So there's now time to leave this hotel and let's continue to take a look around Pristina. So then, now I go along to a tower block, which has got some epic old inner doorless lifts.
Dodge. Not the sense of it at all.
Now, when I got on top this lift, I just want to show this because this is the importance of never trusting any feature on the lift to actually work. I got on top the lift, put it on inspection and shut a door behind me. And inspection did not work. The lift continued in normal and it drove upwards with me out of control on top of the lift.
Inspection doesn't work.
This is why you always need to verify everything when going on top of a lift and never trust anything to work. Now, when I got on top this lift, I knew I was taking that risk. I knew if I put it on inspection and shut a door, there's a chance that inspection might not work. And it didn't work. But because I've got years of experience of going on top lifts and I was on my own, I was ready for it. Also, I would not have done this and I would have done things properly if there was another person with me, especially if the other person was either inexperienced or they were a child. Because in that situation, I'm not only having to keep myself safe, but I'm having to keep the other person safe. So in that situation, I do everything properly. Now, for those of you watching this video, a lot of you will most likely be inexperienced at lifts. So this is a good lesson on why you must check that every feature works. What this means is when you send a lift to go down and you want to stop the lift and open the doors, always turn the triangle key to stop the lift while it's in motion. That way you've verified that when safety disconnects, the lift stops. Then, ideally, you should be putting the lift onto inspection, then getting back off the lift, shutting the door with yourself off the lift and checking the lift can't be called. But however, I am aware and most people are in a hurry and don't actually do that. So if you are going to get on top of the lift and put it into inspection, you must be ready for the fact that inspection might not work. So that means you need to hold onto the door roller as you shut the door. So if inspection was to not work, you then move the door roller to stop the lift. Now, the reason why you would use the door roller to stop the lift in that situation is because you've verified it. You've verified the lift stops when you've turned the triangle key. That means if the lift moves unexpectedly, moving the roller is guaranteed to stop the lift. When pressing the stop button is not guaranteed to stop the lift because at that moment you haven't actually verified the stop button. So that's the sort of thing you're having to be thinking through, being aware of your surroundings and being aware of what features of the lift you've proven to yourself works and which features you don't actually know if they work or not. Anyway, let's continue with the video. And now along to Pristina Mall, which is the largest shopping centre in Pristina. But it's actually located outside of the city, located down the road 7 miles south of the city. This shopping centre looks very nice, it's very posh looking, and it's got glass Schindler 5500s. Seriously? No, this lift's going right. Okay, it's a horizontal lift, is it? I don't think so. Fucking piece of shit. And now let's take a look at the railways in Kosovo, which have just 3 trains per day each way. That is a terrible service. It's really sad to see what once would have been a main railway with regular trains going all across Yugoslavia today is now in a state of disrepair. So Laura go to a little station a mile out of the centre of Pristina, and the platform is this little strip of concrete. That's all there is to it. So the 3 trains a day, here is one of them. This is ridiculous, but it's kind of funny at the same time. I was half expecting this not to show up, to be honest. But anyway, let's get on a train into the city centre. It's moving. This is stop. That does stop. So here I am at Pristina main railway station. There's not much to it. That's literally it. A little tiny building and a platform. railway's got 2 trains a day going on one route and 1 train a day going on a different route. I don't even know what to say. The railways are barely even running. And looking at the official website for Kosovo's railways, look at this part. Vision. We want to make rail transportation the most preferred mode of transport for the following lines: cargo services in the region and international, and public passenger services, local and regional traffic. Like anyone's going to use this railway as their preferred method of transport. Come off it. And now I go along to the main library in Pristina.
So it seems like Pristina's got a climbing frame for me to climb up. Let's climb it. It's climbing time. I just couldn't resist climbing up because it was just so climbable. If there was anything much up here, I just started climbing for fun of it. It's a weird structure, I don't really get. Well, here's the big climbing frame in Pristina. I don't know if it's meant to be a climbing frame, but I'm treating it as such. Should have brought a GoPro to film myself actually climbing it. Oh well, whatever. There's nothing much up here anyway.
Now along to the Albi Mall. This shopping centre's got lifts that seem to peach in the 3300 plus lifts, but it looked like 5500s. Are these lifts like a mix and match of parts? That's very strange.
Those ones using both 3300 and 5500, but usually that plate's usually for 500, but not always. That is a 3300 cabinet. Motor's a small motor, it's a 3300 style motor. The doors go woo like it's a 5500, and the cab seems like it's quite a big sort of cab like it's 5500, but it can't be, it must just be a 3300 plus. Well, it looks like a 5500 inside, but a little logic cabinet, like a 3300, inside more looks like a 5500.
And now along to their next tower block. This has got 2 lifts. One of the lifts without inner doors. This lift seems like it's got a few problems.
Beam sensors. Good, they work for once. We've got door open and door closed, even though there's no doors. What lights up? Stop exactly at the floor. Fuck, that's a bit harsh at home. That's a bit harsher than it was previously. Fucking hell, I don't trust this. Look at that. It's like it's in go for the ceiling, probably why it keeps stopping so harsh.
How did I just know that this lift was going to have wires hanging out on top of it? I just predicted it, and I was right, because what do you expect from this part of the world? The other lift's been fully replaced, it's got inner doors, but you can't make this lift move without an RFID card. You can't even go to the ground floor, so it seems like only residents that pay for a lift are allowed to use it. But the other knackered lift, anyone can use.
What makes this even more funny is for your lift with inner doors, for one that's a mod, You can't go anywhere. Let's use the pass. It's only paid for people can use the inner door lift. And the inner door lift one, anyone can use. Seriously, look at that. Who designed that? That's the weirdest crane design I think I've seen in a long time. That is so strange looking. That is a horizontal crane. That's not a raising jib. Why have they done it like that?
And now we go to the Youth and Sports Centre, which is a communist building and it looks very brutalist. What's really weird about this building is half of it is in use and the other half is abandoned. But you can just walk between the two. What's strange is the in-use section looks like just a typical sports centre. It looks like this. Then you walk round the corner and you're in the abandoned part, which looks like a knackered abandoned building, yet it's wide open. And walking around this building, which looks like some trash URBEX, you can literally hear them playing their sports in the hall next door. It is so strange.
Well, I like that. At least they don't lock up abandoned buildings. It's in England. If it's an abandoned part of an active building, they lock it up. Here, you just walk freely into it. So I do appreciate that as an URBEX point of view, but it's so fucking weird. Weird. So fucking weird. This is an active sports centre. You can hear people playing sport in the room opposite. What is that doing? What the fuck? What the fuck's going on with this place? These don't feel very secure what I'm walking on. Walk to the edge, go up top, see what's up there. And now it goes from there to steep. That's weird as fuck, but there's nothing up there. But these bits wobble. That's why I'm standing on the metal bit side.
So then, it's now sunset and there's loads of little birds in these trees. Loads and loads of birds. And it's actually very loud as they're all making loads of noise. Now watching these birds actually makes me feel nostalgic because back in the UK when I was a little child you used to get loads of starlings. Where I lived there used to be these huge giant swarm clouds of starling birds. There was so many of them, but then all of a sudden most of them died off. I have no idea why their numbers dropped so badly. In the Monday you still get starlings but nowhere to that many numbers. So seeing these birds over in Pristina really reminded me of my childhood. So, as it's night time, we now go along to this shopping centre. This is quite an old looking shopping centre. Some bits of it look kind of 60s, other parts of it look 80s of Crystal Palace style ceilings. But a lot of the lights in this centre are off. The shopping centre's open. A few of the shops are still open. There's a couple of people walking around visiting these shops in the dark. What's gone wrong with this shopping centre? It's so weird.
What's this weird shopping centre I've come to? It's on a torch, it's so dark. What's this place? It's so weird. What a strange shopping centre.
And now I go to the next shopping centre, which is Royal Mall. This place has got some glass sharp lifts called NMX 11 lifts, which are very busy. So let's put it into car preference.
Busy lift. Waiting to have.
So then, this area of Pristina looks very modern. This part of the city looks really nice. It actually looks nicer than Skopje. And I lure into a very modern, futuristic, Japanese style vending machine shop. A shop with no staff. It's all vending machines. And now along to this rather weird, strange little shopping centre with a glass lift.
Door is closing. Going up. Sixth floor. Door is opening.
Building sites are wide open. That's a road. That's public road. In the site, no fence, nothing. Crane site. Oh, this is so fucking odd. I've got an aeroplane to catch. I can't do it. It's like there's lifts. It's just a shell. There's nothing about really. There's your crane. Oh, that's just taking a piss. I literally have to go get the aeroplane. Oh, fucking hell, it's right there, but I literally can't. I've got a plane to catch, and even if I rushed it, if I got caught in a police trouble, I'm going to miss that plane, so I can't. But oh my days, there's a wide open building site. Fuck's sake.
So now go along to the airport. So let's finish this video off by taking a look at the buses. I was going to put these in a separate video, but I decided let's just put it on the end of this video. So a price of a day ticket for the buses here is 70p. So that's 80 euro cents, which is 70p in English money. But that is cheap for a day ticket. Even for this part of the world, that is still very cheap. So here is a modern bus which I went on. finally, let's take a ride on an epic 1980s bus. This bus is awesome and it reminds me of my childhood as it's very similar to the Northern Counties buses in Medway, which were some 1989 Northern Counties Volvo B10M city buses, and it's got the exact same sounding engine and the old ZF gearbox. And one thing I literally forgot about is the suspension. It is better than a modern bus because it doesn't sway side to side. It sort of just bounces along the route. This feels so much more refined. And despite this bus being from the 80s, it is still in perfect condition.